This week's prep player profile is senior captain Ethan Miller. Now, Ethan, I need to apologize from last week. I said it was your first catch when you made that 42-yard catch about right there. It was actually your second catch. So I apologize for that, and I'm going to own up to it.
It's accepted. It's accepted.
And I'm going to let you know at about 11 p.m. I got a text saying, hey, it was actually my second catch. So when was the first? Was it at Dyke?
Yep, 10-yard reception.
See, I remember that after he said, you know what, he's right. Through 3 weeks from the beginning of it till now, what's been the growth pattern for this team?
Well, obviously the first 2 weeks were tough opponents, but just locking in on practice, really. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't take it serious at the start, but we really needed to tune it up, and we did that going into Columbus, so I think that's why the results showed as they did.
Yeah, and speaking of that game, about 49 points, as well only giving up 37 yards on defense. That's kind of what they call a complete game for a team. You like to see those specifically moving into district play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't really have a more complete game than that on offense. We did really everything well, so that's kind of what we were missing too. You can't go into your first 2 games and only score 2 points, but the defense did their job too, so I mean, everything really went together.
And Coach Bailey will let you know that defense didn't give a point up.
No, they didn't.
It was against the offense, so, but those things happen. So what's exciting you about being a senior football player thus far? I mean, taking away the team aspect, 1 and 2 or whatever. What's the best part that you've learned from being a senior thus far through 3 weeks?
Well, I mean, I'm liking that I actually play.
Oh, well, that's a good start. I mean, that probably gets you fired up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I just had to learn for last year. It was a big learning year for me, watching behind those guys like Holden. But, yeah, I mean, it's fun being out here every Friday night. I mean, finally playing is definitely better than being on the bench, so.
Word is your little brother feels as though he might be the best player in the family. It's okay. Give him some due. Their team's doing pretty well in the 7th grade.
He can get there. I mean, he's not there yet, but I see some potential, so maybe in a few years.
You're showing him some things.
If he eats the Wheaties, he can get
there.
Eats
the Wheaties. That's what I heard. Go on, big guy. Eat the Wheaties. So what's exciting you now as we get into the heart of this season, and then looking forward, what are some of those things in your senior year that you look forward to besides just football?
Well, all the other sports I play, golf season.
Okay.
It's a big, yeah, those are everything.
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball too. And then, even the little thing, just hanging out with my friends because, it's my last year, so I can't do it anymore after this in high school. So just trying to enjoy every little moment, I guess.
Gotta love that.
Yep.
Well, what's the one thing, if you look back on it now, you're like, I wish I would have?
I mean, I felt like throughout my 4 years I worked harder, but I think when you get doing it younger, that's what I'm trying to tell my brother. When you do it in 7th grade, it's only going to make you better. So I wish I would have really bought in harder earlier, because that's just the biggest thing is getting in the weight room, doing speed work, because it's only going to make you better. So.
Well, the team has bought in. Last week shows some of the fruits of the labor, and moving into the district play this week at Cascade. It's going to be fun. Always love those hour bus rides, huh?
I'm glad it's our last one.
The last long drive for now.
Yep.
Perhaps later in the season. But looking forward to seeing what happens on Friday and looking forward to seeing some things from you the rest of the year.
Go Bears.
That's Ethan Miller. Go Bears.